Que lo que mi gente, it is Friday, July 24th, 2020, sometime before 10 o'clock in the morning. So I just want to give everybody a bit of an update on what's going on. Your girl here has been having quite a week, very rapid, very quick, a lot of movement throughout the day, throughout this whole week. It's just been constant changes. It's almost like a current wave. As soon as I jumped out of the airplane, things just started switching and started gravitating on a more accelerated path. So your girl over here has been doing very well, thankfully, busy, keeping up with people and, meeting deadlines and doing all these different types of, situations. So I want to give you guys a bit of an update and also talk about my topic for today. So the update is I'm not going to be making too many videos as much as I was before, only because I really want to start focusing on the topics and going a little more in depth instead of making them spontaneously, because a lot of the times is that my videos are spontaneous and, I'm very grateful for the intuition and how I'm sometimes get ideas right away, which is great. But I also want to start breaking it down and be a little more practical with my speech and how to articulate myself in a manner. These are all factors that weigh into my videos. They're not just, okay, let's go to talk about this. But there's also some kind of organization that has to be created. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, I've been talking to a lot of people this past week, and it's been really good. The ideas have been bouncing off of each other. There are a few themes that I want to focus on during the next few months, I guess, or the next few weeks. One of the themes right now that I'm going through is love and relationships. So what the theme will circulate around is interviewing couples, interviewing singles, interviewing people from, LGBTQ community, widows, divorced people. And I also want to just interview these couples and get their insight into why their relationship stands out, why their relationship has lasted this long, and what trial and error, why they've lasted this amount of period, and what advice can they give, because it's important to get the word from the people. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not just going to be your girl talking all the time. I love hearing other people's stories. I want to hear how they fell in love. I want to hear how they deal with conflict, how they deal with sadness and truth and being intimate with each other. These are important factors for me. So when I think about this is one part of the series. There's a few more elements included, other series topics that I'm still trying to figure out and work with, but they're in the air. So I have to start breaking down the details. But your girl here is going to take some time. So I won't be posting 4 to 5 videos a week. I will be posting more about 2 to 3 because I want to focus more on the quantity of the video than I do the quality. The quality of the video instead of the quantity. That's what I meant. So that's exactly what I wanted to talk to you guys about. That's just an update. I've been meeting with people and how we can meet up and make these videos a realistic interview, just getting people's insight and hearing them out, because you never know if that may inspire you, or if you're in that same predicament. Hey, I'm just the messenger here, okay? I open the door for you guys. You guys decide if you want to go through that door or you stay, okay? Should I stay or should I go by The Clash? That's the song of the day. All right, but the topic of today, okay, is Amor Fati. What is Amor Fati? Well, Amor Fati in Latin means love of your own fate. Fate, yes. Which was coined by the 19th century German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, or Nietzsche, however you want to pronounce it. And now, how Nietzsche said love of your own fate is whatever happens to you, embrace it with love and light. Embrace what happens to you, no matter that could be good, bad, everything in between, the shades of gray, the rainbow colors, a lot of things in life, okay? Now let me give you an example, okay? Because that's how I roll. I have to give you guys examples because that's how it works for me. And it gets explained in more simplistic when you hear other people's stories, okay? That's how we connect. So Thomas Edison, one of the greatest innovators in history, in American history, was at the top of his, he was in his prime. I think this was in the 1800s when this happened. So he had money, he had financial success, he was well known. He was just well-known character at the time. Electricity, people loved him, okay? And he was very intelligent, very dedicated to his craft. Now what happens is he has a plantation, a factory, as they call, back then they call it a plantation. The plantation catches on fire, destroys his life's work, destroys his life's work. Edison is devastated. I mean, if you love what you do and then all of a sudden it got destroyed, you would be devastated, right? I mean, listen, it's easy to destroy something than build something up. That's the truth. So Edison had to reflect, and he said, what can I gain from this? What lesson can I learn from this? Does that mean I'm going to stop and cry and not do anything at all? Because no, he was Thomas Edison. He said, you know what? It's okay to start all over again, just like starting over, my boy John Lennon. So it's okay to start all over, start from a clean slate. And then he picked himself up, and he still continued to do his passion work, whatever he loved to do, which was, be an innovator in electricity and other, power plants and all that. Edison is the man, okay, when it comes to that, especially in the United States. So this is where Nietzsche's Amor Fati comes through. Now, whatever may happen, I don't have the quote, but there is a quote by Nietzsche that if you guys look it up, he's like, whatever happens, you don't want to change anything, you don't want to control anything, you don't want to control the outcome or whatever it may be. Now, that's what he's referring to. Whatever may happen to you, whatever you change, don't force any changes, whatever the fate, your destiny is calling to you, you have to see what you can gain from it. No matter how terrible the situation is, like the Edison situation, he got himself up, he dusted himself off, and he started all over again. There is no shame in starting again, okay? As long as you're doing your true calling. But Edison took the lesson. He's like, I can react this way, I can react that way, or this way or that way. How will you react to this? Okay, that's where Nietzsche says, how will you react to these certain situations? Now you have to love it. You have to love your fate, because things happen for a reason, okay? And Edison is still great. That's the greatness about Amor Fati. Now, for me, I do agree with most of it, but I don't say, like, you have to change the outcome. If somebody's fucking dying and having a heart attack, you got to give them CPR. I mean, you can't just say, Amor Fati, Amor Fati. In that scenario, you have to act on it, okay? So, how I want to summarize this up is that Amor Fati, what lessons will you learn from what happened to you 3 years ago? What lesson did you learn that happened when you were a kid? How will you bring that out? How will you shine through and love what happened to you, instead of carrying anger and hate in your heart because this happened to me? No, you ultimately always have the choice to pick how you feel. How will you feel? Okay? Amor Fati, mi amores. Okay? Cariño. So that is my message for you guys today. Your girl is looking fucking great. Okay? I got a pimple right here, but it's all good. And I wish you guys a happy weekend. I don't know when my next video will be, most likely sometime this weekend, but giving you guys shout out, update, your girl looks great.